Hey everybody, and welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Honest, Jack and Later still in Lake Jackson, and this one's coming from my little apartment thing here, and then we're going to go hit the grill. We're going to try to beat the rain. It's kind of raining outside, which is one of the hazards of doing this in fall in Texas. But this is going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Sorry we're running behind. I did have 3 funerals in the last week, and it's been kind of sitting heavy on me, so I apologize. And my AC came on, so that's going to be really loud and screaming. I apologize, everybody. So, before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell. That side, get notifications when we do these. Try to do them on Tuesdays and Fridays. Again, apologies that I didn't get them right this time. And then there's a link down in the doobly-doo that we got merch. We got this apron, back in the apron, back, right? And we got flippers and spatulas and fake hands and spoons and all kind of stuff where small business would help us. It very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. And let's just get into the food. I want to get back into the light. Get back into the food. This will be great. Alright, so this is going to be relatively simple. I got half a rack of lamb here, some green onions, and some just white mushrooms. We're going to get some garlic and black pepper. You can just use garlic pepper. You can just use pepper if you want to leave the garlic out. I'm going to use some minced garlic. I swear it's in there. It'll work because you know you love it. And we're going to put a little bit of curry powder in this. Now, this is very much optional, just a little bit, not enough to do it. And then I'm going to use half a thing of dressing. I'm going to use this lemon herb. Any kind of Italian liquid dressing will actually work for this really well, but I'm going to use a third of a bottle of that. You're also going to need a plastic bag. We're going to marinate this one overnight, and you're going to need some aluminum foil to make the thing. So get you a nice sharp knife. Shout out to Andy. Now we're going to cut this in half. This is going to be for 2 people. If you get a full rack, you can cut it down for 4. I just wanted to make this stretch a little bit more, so I'm going to make it for 2. So I just cut it in half. We're going to set to the side, and then we get our clean my hand a little bit. Where's my hand towel? Okay. And then these green onions, we're going to give them just a rough chop. All right, and then set them to the side. Okay, be careful. Wash your fingers for this. Like, you can cut them smaller. You can use, like, regular yellow, white, or red onions. Those are fine. Same with the marshmallows. The mushrooms, you can use baby bella, whatever. I'm just using the regular white mushrooms. Make sure they're clean. Wash them first. Wash your mushrooms. I don't know why I didn't have video of that. Then you're going to put all this in one of these decently large plastic bags. If you don't have a plastic bag, you can use a large bowl and use something to cover it, right down to like a hand towel or plastic or saran wrap or whatever. But you want to let this marinate overnight, so we're going to put it in something seals. Tupperware would be fine. I'm just using this plastic bag for ease of use. I'm going to cut out of them. As soon as I run out, I won't buy any more. So once we're in here, we're going to use about a tablespoon and a half of our garlic and black pepper. This is one going to be your bigger seasonings here. Then you want to get your minced garlic. You can use just regular cloves. I just like the minced stuff. Just 1 tablespoon of it because it's easier. Now, your curry powder, if you put it in there just a little bit, you want to put about half a teaspoon in it. So just a pinch, right? You don't want too much, it'll overpower it. And then, like I said, about a third of the bottle of the lemon herb craft seasoning, right? That's what we use. Now make sure this is nice and sealed up. I have the cheap ones that don't go all green on me, so you got to check those. Then you want to stir this up, right? Mixing is totally easy. Now again, if you got a Tupperware thing, put a lid on it, shake the hell out of it. You got a bowl to stir it. But once you get it nice and mixed up, go ahead and put it in your fridge. You want to put it in there for at least 2 hours, but I'm going to put it in there for 24 and turn it every 2 or 3 hours when I think about it. You get your grill, you want to put it about medium heat. It's going to put it at about 320, which is what you shoot for, and then give it a scrub. Not necessarily we're going to cook you directly on it. We're going to make aluminum foil, but you don't know who cooked what before, and you don't want something that might accidentally puncture your aluminum foil. So this has been marinating all night, right, which is really good. Just the smell of it is great. Now get you some aluminum foil. We're going to make this an aluminum foil pan. Now you can use pre-made pans. You can use the glass pans as long as you're willing to put it in the grill. But when I do it out here, I just do it with the disposable recyclable stuff. So get your aluminum foil, just 2 sheets on the bottom, mostly because the lamb has bones in it and will poke holes in it, and you'll end up losing all of your subject food in it. So just roll the edges, make a decent pan/plate out of this, right? And just, you want to put a lip on it of about an inch to 1.5 inches, so you don't lose all the juices and grease and stuff, and that stuff is flammable when you're using lamb. Let me know, like seriously, that's the thing. So yeah, once you get that nice and done, you want to take this and just open the bag and put it directly on it. Yeah. Like this fits perfectly. Be careful when you're pouring it. Again, there's those little rib bones and they can poke holes in that stuff. You want to get as much of it in here as you can. Wring out the bag. I won't bore you with that. Now set it down, sort it. You don't want to just leave it piled up. I kind of put my meat to one side and my mushrooms on the rest. And you're going to put one last piece of aluminum. You're going to cover it for about 3/4 of the way of this this recipe. So give it a nice tuck around the edges. It doesn't have to be airtight. It doesn't have to be super tight, or we just make it huge and fill it over. This one just needs to be something you work with while it's on the grill. Alright, so stuck your edges, make sure it's easy to carry. Be very careful with it. If you need to put it on the cutting board when you're moving it, whatever. So now you got your grill up to about 300. Just go ahead and put the whole thing on there. Make sure it's not spilling. I dropped it like an idiot. I could have screwed this up. And then cover it. Now you're going to check it every 10 to 15 minutes is what I set mine on. Like I said, it's right up here in the 3 to 320, 325 range, and that's what you want to cook it on. Now, I check mine every 10 to 15 minutes. I just want to make sure it's here. Most of my fire is in the back, so if it's not cooking as much in the front, I want to move it back. With this rack lamb, there's a lot of fat and stuff on the outside, right? So you got to keep an eye on that, make sure it's getting cooked. When I'm doing it for the first 40 minutes or so, I'm going to make sure that the lids, or not the lid, but I guess the aluminum foil lid that I made keeps going back on. So you check this, it's going to go for about an hour, but you want to do the last 20 minutes without the aluminum foil lids. We're going to pull that off. But again, just your mushrooms will let you know they cook nice and slow. Now you can turn this over. You can see those ribs are starting, the meat's starting to peel back from the ribs, which means that's getting cooked. I'll flip it around, let the bottom get closer to the heat for a while, and leave the top on. Again, every 10 minutes, I check it like 4 or 5 different times here. You can see how this is starting to turn out. The smell will knock you down. It is absolutely amazing. But again, there's fat on top. You want to make sure that gets nice and cooked. So if you got to turn it around, say, your internal temperature needs to be about 130. I'll even go with 160 to go a little bit above medium rare on my lamb, because I'm the one to get sick, especially if I've had it marinating and thawed out. But yeah, you can see that fat gives real easy, right? But the meat on the bottom won't. So it's going to look amazing. Like, this is going to come out. This is my last time. This is after the last 20 minutes. I checked it twice without the lid on it. You can see everything on top starting to boil, a bubble, whatever, your meat and the fat starting to cook down. And the mushrooms are just starting to wrinkle just a little bit. They're perfect. So I'm not going to eat these out here in the dark because the mosquitoes are still coming out. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull these out and put them in a Tupperware thing and go plate them up in the apartment. So, yeah, be sure to get some of that juice to keep with you. Now, I'll put this on a bed of rice, just like the dollar, I think it was like a Spanish rice mix that was like microwavable to put on here, just make it look good. It was for 2, but it wasn't for a date. It was just both of them went to me. But this is absolutely amazing. If you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let me know, man. I will revisit this one. Like, if you guys cook your rack lamb on the grill a little differently, I wanted to put some other stuff in it. What other kind of veg I should put with this, let me know. I like the mushrooms. Not everybody likes mushrooms, so if you come up with something like that, now you can definitely use this for food prep. But beware, lamb is aromatic, and you put a lot of garlic in this one. So if you're reheating in like an office space around other people, be careful. All right, that's all I'm saying. You can keep it in the fridge. You can keep it sealed up. You can freeze it and thaw it and cook it and heat it up later. This works really well. The most expensive part was our rack lamb, and we only used half of it, so it cost us about $4.50 just to do half of this. It was like an $8 thing because I got it on sale. Found it at like Walmart or something. So yeah, it's well under our dollar amount, even with the added dollar rice or whatever. So this one worked out pretty good.
There you have it. We beat the rain. We didn't really beat the light. I'm shooting this the next day, so I apologize. This is an outro because it was so late. But that turned out amazing. How cool is that? Now, I get it. We're doing a lot of lamb and stuff, and we're doing a lot of meats, especially because we're grilling. I'm going to try to get in and do a full month of vegetarian stuff. So if you got any recipes and stuff for that, let me know. Hit them up with it. Put it down in the comments. We will do it. You can also find us on social media. Let me know on there. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We're on all those at Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. We're also at Instagram, Live Between. We had to shorten it there. Someday, they'll let us make it big and just fit in with everybody else. It'll throw off my whole ending thing here. You can also find me, Osway Nerdy. You can find me on all those, including Twitter and over on TikTok, where we've been doing some smaller videos, whatever. Basically, just shameless plugging, trying to get everybody to come over here. So thank you for coming over here and visiting our stuff. It's very cool. I will see you next time. I'm going to go some of this as leftovers. This is great. Y'all be safe. Please be safe. No more funerals this year. It's kind of what I'm shooting for.